Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Higher Source Tarot for a tarot and oracle card reading for all Sagittarius. Let us begin here with an oracle. Source of light. Okay, the energy of the source of light. Oh, did you see how that illuminated? Wasn't that cool? The video was kind of dark and it just lit up. A source of light and positivity to others, achieving personal growth and wisdom. Your inner strength inspires other. It does it again. So the phone really likes that card, doesn't it? So know that there may be people around you who appreciate you more than you realize, or situations that you have not had yet where people are going to say, I could not have done this without you. You were the person we needed today in this circumstance. Or even in terms of love, the person says, I've been waiting my whole life for you. Know that they're out there too, by the way. All right, you have here, ooh, the devil. He's not much of a source of light. The Ten of Pentacles, I like that a little better. The Ace of Cups, the Page of Wands, looking better and better. The Ten of Swords, the Eight of Cups, Three of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. So talk about source of light. I feel like with this, we just have one major arcana, Capricorn energy showing up here. Now, I feel like with this energy, there's something about this sort of a push-pull dynamic. Okay, getting pulled back into something, be careful about that. Even if somebody sings your praises, or if you're single and somebody comes out of the woodwork and man, are they laying it on thick. And really recognizing flattery, it's nice, and the things they're saying are certainly nice, but compliments are like throwing twigs on a roaring fire. They don't last. We need more than just compliments. And you know how that can be too. I've seen a few different couples. I mean, we're talking people in their 40s and 50s love bombing each other on social media. I'm almost embarrassed for them. Okay, be careful with that. But I will say with this too, with the Ten of Swords being here, you have an ending, and it may be an ending to old patterns, and especially with the Ten of Cups saying it's time for a new beginning. It's time for something that's meaningful. It's time for work that's meaningful. It's time for a job that pays you better, especially if you have a patchwork of jobs. I feel like somebody here has been working really hard for little payoff, okay? And I'm talking financial, purely financial. With this energy of the devil, it's underutilizing your own skills, quite honestly. So if you've been in a job, or like we were talking about, you've been having to juggle a few different apps, like if you're on one of those situations where you're working off of apps and things go down, their systems go down, and then you're like, I mean, it's going to be difficult to even make $30 today with this, where it's a lot of like, just feels like things out of your control. I feel like you're going to have a new offer showing up, and it's going to blow those away. Now, you might decide to keep one of the apps around, or if you're in a job right now and you're wondering about shifting into retirement, but the allure of that big stable paycheck, especially if you've been in a job for some years, can be difficult to walk away from. You say, I'd love the freedom. I'd love the, the leisureliness, the kind of setting my own pace, even if it's still working a little bit, but I like the check. And so there's something that ties you to something you don't want to be tied to, is how I keep getting this. Now, if it's something too where there's a payoff from a relationship, if you have a relationship in your life, and hear me on this one, that's quite transactional in nature. You know those when we have them, they can get something from you, and that's when they're nice. Or unfortunately could be vice versa, or it's mutual, when we know that there's not much more to it than that. Okay, so I feel like you're going to be done with really transactional relationships. I have a coworker who's like that, who didn't give me the time of day until she got caught lying at to our boss. And guess who was the eyewitness to her? Which was then it was me, yes. I was asked, and I'm not going to lie for somebody, and we weren't friends anyway. So it's like, well, here's what happened. But anyway, she was caught on camera. Then the boss went and checked the cameras and realized this person lied. Yes, she still has a job, but I feel like she comes and talks to me quite a bit now. And I feel like it's very transactional. I don't care. I'm going to be nice to anybody, but there's something about that where I feel like somebody here, you're going to relate to that. So you have Capricorn, you have fire, air, water, and earth, all the elements. Now, I just feel like there's something too about you where that source of light is so relevant. And part of it is the people around you who are kind of screw ups are going to be seeing that and saying, even to themselves, they might not openly admit this, they need to turn over a new leaf. They need to change their ways. And they see you as somebody who sets a higher standard. You're setting a new standard. And it could be even from your family of origin. If most of the people around you didn't graduate from college, didn't attend college, maybe they have GEDs, nothing against it. But, you know, you've set a new standard in a lot of ways, and I feel like it's very admirable. If you were the person who became a parent and you became the parent you deserve to have, kudos to you. Good on you for doing that and not living in martyrdom. You know what I'm talking about there? Like telling your kids, you could have lived like me and seen how bad I had it. You know, that sort of thing. Instead, you said, I'm not going to stay there because it just torments me. I feel like somebody here, you really rose to the occasion in your own life. And I say this a lot, nobody's going to come and rescue you from your own life. And so with this 10 of Pentacles, I see somebody finding money in what looks like a glove box. Go check your glove box, especially on the bottom. I keep seeing like a bank envelope with money perhaps that you forgot you withdrew. It feels like it's been there a while too. But with this 10 of Pentacles, it's leaving a legacy. So you make choices that will sustain, that will grow, that will evolve, and they bring in real harmony. You're not here to try to people please. We're done with that. And with this Ace of Cups, if it's the ending of a relationship or codependent patterns, because that devil can be so codependent and toxic. Ugh. With this Ace of Cups, you're going to lean into love. And in terms of a relationship, in YouTube land, this might not get a lot of weight, but in real tarot land, even a Page of Wands would be very desirable. If you want somebody who works hard, plays hard, but who is true and true, the consummate believer in you, here's your cheerleader. Here's the one that if you needed help with something, they'd be right there by your side. Okay, if you had to, I keep seeing somebody putting on a breakfast. That's what it looks like, cooking breakfast for a large group. That Page of Wands would be manning a griddle. Okay, and it could be a woman too. It doesn't matter. I just use the word manning as a verb. Okay, so somebody who would just suit up, show up, they'd be there no matter what, and they're going to offer to help. This is not somebody you even have to ask. So if you've had to shoulder a lot of burdens in your life, or perhaps you have them right now, and I know a lot of people would say, well, I want a King of Wands. Well, that's fine. A king was once a page, all right? Oftentimes they have to go up through the ranks anyway, or at least a knight. But with that Ace of Cups, you're really going to be in love with your life, new opportunities that come in. It won't be hard for you to change and leave the old ones behind. Now, I love the Page of Wands. I've said it many times. It's wonderful in terms of companionship. So if you're asking, what is my social life going to be like? It's going to be overflowing with fun, with excitement, with adventure. This Page of Wands is one of the people that is the life of the party kind of energy. Very eager volunteer. Like I said, it's anybody would be lucky to have a Page of Wands on their team because they don't say no and they say yes and they can identify what needs to be done. It's in a situation, it's new, it's exciting, doing something that expands your horizons and taking a lighthearted approach. So you get the job done, but you're not weighed down by nervousness, indecision, feelings that anchor you. Speaking of which, this 10 of Swords, I do feel like they're saying it's an ending. It feels more metaphorical to me, like an ending of old codependent behaviors, bad behaviors, gossip. Okay, if you're swearing gossip off in the new year, good for you. Thank you for doing that because it doesn't help. It does absolutely nothing, and sometimes it can really screw us up when we engage in it. So with the 8 of Cups, you're growing on from things that you've outgrown. You're with this, he's the hero's journey. He wears that red robe of desire, but it's a new cycle. So for some, you have a new offer coming in, a new job offer that's going to be better in the new year. Others of you, though, in a relationship, like I said, I feel like you have the perfect partner here. If you're single, you have somebody, and if you've been asked out, okay, if you've been getting offers, but you're like, nah, I don't want to screw around with that. That person's life is a mess, and I don't want to be here doing cleanup on aisle 5. That is not what we're doing. I feel like you have somebody coming in that's ready-made. So the Three of Wands says that your ships are coming in. Okay, this is an energy of knowing and know it. In that state akin to sleep that Neville Goddard taught about, see your life the way that you want it, as if you're seeing it through your first person eyes. Don't see it as a movie on a screen, because then we start to see other people getting it and we go, man, that's smart. So how come the universe is so mean? Okay, it's just our way of doing it. So see it as if you're in it, and that dream will become your reality. With the Queen of Swords, communication's very upfront. You'll have a bit of a sense of humor about you. I feel like you have an intellectual energy. If it's somebody above you in terms of a boss or somebody who gives you good advice, this is a person who knows what they're talking about. In terms of advice, they might be very no nonsense, but it's practical, it's prudent, and it's helpful. All right, let's see what the angels want to tell you here, Sagittarius. Look for a sign. Those signs and synchronicities are your spiritual advisors talking to you. Improving health, mind, body, spirit. Ask for help from others, so don't be shy in the asking either. Perfect timing. And you've got don't stop. Good things are on the way, Sagittarius. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.